So here's a question for you, Leo. If I say Valentine's Day, what comes to your mind first?
Oh, easy. Red roses, heart-shaped chocolate boxes, couples holding hands at fancy restaurants, candles, romantic music, the whole thing.
Exactly. That's what most people think of. But here's the thing, in America, Valentine's Day has actually become three completely different holidays in one.
Wait, three? I only know one.
That's exactly why we made this episode, Leo. Welcome to Speak Like a Native. I'm Maya.
And I'm Leo. Let's get into it.
Today we're doing a Culture Decoded episode. That means we're not just teaching you vocabulary, we're explaining how Americans actually think and talk about this holiday. And honestly, if you only know the romantic side, you're missing about 60% of real conversations.
Okay, now I'm really curious. What are the three versions of Valentine's Day?
All right. Version 1 is the classic romantic version couples, dates, flowers, all that. Version 2 is the friendship version, and it's huge. Version 3 is the anti Valentine's version. People who think the whole thing is ridiculous and commercial.
So the same day means totally different things depending on who you talk to.
Exactly. And the most useful word for you to know right now is Galentine's. Galentine apostrophe S.
Galentines. That sounds like Valentine's, but with gal.
You got it. Gal is short for girl or gal, a casual word for a woman. So Galentine's is the day you celebrate with your female friends instead of your romantic partner.
Is this an official holiday or just a joke?
Great question. It started on the TV show Parks and Recreation about 15 years ago, and it has become completely real. Now, millions of American women celebrate Galentine's Day on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day.
So the day before the big romantic day is for friends?
Exactly. Women get together, have brunch, exchange small gifts, write cards to each other. And here's why this matters for you as an English learner. If you are talking to an American in February and you say something like, "So do you have plans for Galentine's?" they will immediately know you understand modern American culture.
Oh, that's a smart move. It's like a cultural password.
That's exactly what it is. I have a student from Brazil, Anna. She was in a work meeting in February, and a colleague mentioned she was busy on the 13th because of Galentine's. Anna didn't understand and just smiled and nodded. Later, she told me she felt embarrassed. So we practiced, and the next year she said, "Oh, nice, are you doing brunch or dinner for Galentine's?" Her colleague's face lit up. She said, "You know about Galentine's."
That's amazing. So one word changed how her colleagues saw her.
It did. Now, let's go to the second key expression, over the top.
Over the top. I've heard this before, but I'm not sure I use it correctly.
Let me explain. Over the top means excessive, extreme, too much, usually in a way that is slightly ridiculous or unnecessary. It can be negative or positive depending on the tone.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Imagine you walk into a friend's apartment on Valentine's Day and they have covered everything in red hearts. There are 24 roses, a giant teddy bear, candles everywhere, and romantic music playing. You could say, "Wow, this is a little over the top, don't you think?"
Okay, so that's when someone does too much.
Right. But it can also be playful. Like if someone buys you an expensive gift and you're surprised, you could say, "You didn't have to do this. This is so over the top." And you say it with a smile.
So the tone changes the meaning.
That is such an important point, Leo. Tone changes everything. If you say over the top with a flat voice, it sounds critical. But if you say it with a warm voice, it sounds impressed. Listen to the difference. First, critical, this is over the top. Now, impressed, this is so over the top.
Ah, I hear it. The second one sounds like you're happy about it.
Yes. Now let me tell you a common mistake. Many Spanish speakers use the word exaggerated instead of over the top. So they might say, "This gift is very exaggerated." In English, that sounds a little strange. Exaggerated usually means a story that isn't true, not a gift that's too much.
So over the top is the natural choice.
Exactly. And for Chinese speakers, a common pattern is to say too much. Like, this is too much. That's not wrong, but over the top is much more colorful and native sounding.
All right, I'm feeling good about Galentines and over the top. What's the third expression?
This one is the most dangerous, and I guarantee you 90% of learners make this mistake. The phrase is, "I love you first."
I love you first? Like saying it before the other person?
Exactly. In American culture, saying "I love you" for the first time in a romantic relationship is a huge moment, and there are unspoken rules about when it's okay.
What are the rules?
There's no official rule book, of course, but in general, Americans feel that saying "I love you" too early can seem desperate, too intense, or like you're rushing the relationship. Most people wait at least a few months, and the person who says it first takes a big risk.
So you mean if I say I love you on the first date, that's a problem?
Leo, that would be a disaster. And this is actually a cultural difference that surprises many learners. In some cultures, saying "I love you" happens very early, even before the relationship starts. But in American dating culture, it is a big deal.
So what should someone say instead if they feel strong feelings but it's too early for I love you?
Excellent question. You can say things like, "I really like you, I care about you a lot, I'm really happy with you." These are safe, natural, and they don't put pressure on the other person.
Okay, so I love you is saved for later after you're really established.
Exactly. And here's a mistake I hear from Arabic speakers specifically. In some Arabic cultures, expressions of love are used very freely among friends and family. So a learner might say, "I love you" to an American friend after just a few meetings. That can make the American feel uncomfortable because they think it means romantic love.
So what should you say to a friend instead?
You can say, "You're a great friend," or "I appreciate you so much," or "I'm so glad we're friends." These are warm without being romantic.
Got it. So I love you first is a risky move and we should be careful.
Yes. Now here's the part that surprises most people. The third version of Valentine's Day I mentioned, the anti-Valentine's crowd. There are many Americans who think Valentine's Day is completely over the top and commercial.
And they say that?
All the time, you'll hear people say, "Valentine's Day is so commercial," or "It's a Hallmark holiday." Do you know what that means?
A Hallmark holiday? Hallmark is the card company, right?
Exactly. Hallmark is a huge company that makes greeting cards. So when Americans say it's a Hallmark holiday, they mean the holiday was created by companies to sell products, not because it has real meaning.
That's a strong opinion.
It is. And if you are in a conversation with an American who says this, you can agree or disagree. But if you understand what they mean, you can have a much more natural conversation. You could say, "I get that, it's very over the top, but I still like having a reason to celebrate."
That sounds natural.
It does. Now, let me give you a real scenario. Imagine you're at a work party in mid-February in New York. A colleague says, "I'm so tired of all this Valentine stuff. It's so over the top." What do you say?
I know what you mean. It's very commercial.
Perfect. That's a natural response. But let me show you what a learner who doesn't know this culture might say. They might say, "But Valentine's Day is about love. Why don't you like love?"
Oh no, that would be awkward.
Very awkward, because now you're putting your colleague in a position where they have to defend their feelings, and they might think you don't understand American culture.
So knowing the culture helps us avoid these awkward moments.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about how you can practice today. I have a challenge for you, Leo.
I'm ready.
I want you to tell me a story. Can be real or imaginary. Using all three expressions, Galentine's over the top, and "I love you" first.
Okay, let me think. All right. My sister is planning a Galentine's brunch for February 13th. She's inviting 12 friends. She's decorating her whole apartment with balloons and roses. I told her, "This is a little over the top, don't you think?" She said, "No, it's fine." Then she told me about her friend who said "I love you" first to a guy on their second date. and he got scared and stopped calling.
Haha, that is perfect, Leo. You used all three expressions naturally, and the story makes sense in American culture.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
And that is exactly what I want you, the listener, to do. After this episode, write a short story or even just one sentence using one of these expressions. Put it in the comments. I read every single one.
And if you want more real English like this, hit that subscribe button. We upload new episodes every single day in each series.
Yes, and here is your takeaway for today. Valentine's Day in America is not just one holiday, it is three. Know the romantic version, know the friendship version with Galentines, and know the anti-Valentine's version. Use over the top to describe anything excessive. And be very careful about saying I love you first.
Today's rule: swap I love you too early for I really like you. Instantly natural.
Love that, Leo. Thanks for learning with us, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.
Keep speaking like a native.
Bye for now.